I Ain't Gonna Paint No More by Karen Beaumont, illustrated by David Catrow. Oh, how are you today, my friends? How are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray to see you here today. Oh, how are you today? Isis, how are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray to see you here today. Oh, how are you today? Omari, how are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray to see you here today. Oh, how are you today? Anaya, how are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray to see you here today. Oh, how are you today? Caleb, how are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray to see you here today. Oh, how are you today? Christina, how are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray to see you here today. And how are you today? Alejandro, how are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray to see you here today. Everybody now, how are you today, my friends? How are you today? I'm so glad I'll shout hooray, hooray, to see you here today. Hey, how are you today? It's Mr. Greg here with you again, reading you this book. Did you hear that song we just sang? That's the song we're going to sing when we read this book. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. Just remember that tune. Ain't gonna paint no more. I have got my paintbrush. I have got my brush. Let's read the book and we'll have a look at what we're gonna paint today. My goodness, look at how complex that painting is. So much color, so much abstraction. It's very beautiful painting. Oh, there's another bit of that painting that I think is so beautiful, don't you? Splotches of black, swirls of red. And I mean, if we look at the front cover, obviously, this is a very dedicated artist we have here. Very dedicated. Okay. One day my mama caught me painting pictures on the floor, and the ceiling, and the walls, and the curtains, and the door. And I heard my mama holler like I never did before. You ain't gonna paint no more. I wonder if he's gonna paint anymore. Well, are you ready? You can sing with me. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh my goodness. Mom's pulling that color right out of the closet. I wonder what's going to happen. That's what I say, but there ain't no way that I ain't gonna paint no more. Do you see what he did? He climbed all the way up on top of, let's see what we have here. Let's have a look here. I'm going to come back here with you so I can look with you. We've got the dog, who was very worried, and there's a box, and a bowling ball, and a chair, and a chest, and a pot, and he's standing with a smile on his face and all of the paint. And did you notice what color the house is at this point? There's a little bit of purple in that chair, isn't there? But otherwise, it's all black and white. What do you imagine is going to happen next? So I take some red and I paint my head. And now I ain't gonna paint no more. Did you hear what just happened? There was a rhyme. So I took some red and paint my head. And now I ain't gonna paint no more. Get ready. There might be another rhyme coming up. Oh, what the heck? Gonna paint my... Let me sing it again. Oh, what the heck? Gonna paint my neck. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Oh boy. It is a very beautiful design on his neck, though. I'll give him that. Still, I just can't rest. Rest till I paint my chest. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I really quite like those swirls on his chest. I'll paint them on my chest. Oh my goodness. No paint on this. This is one of my favorite hoodies. I'm gonna pretend paint on it. Guess there ain't no harm if I paint my arm with all of those ants going down his arm, and I ain't gonna paint no more. Now the chorus, I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. But I just can't stand not to paint my hand. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. What did he paint on his hand? It appears to be a very wonderful smiley face with the ants coming out of the mouth. Well, then I see some black, so I paint my back. Oh boy. And now I ain't gonna paint no more. The dog's concerned. Like an Easter egg. Gonna paint egg. Like an Easter egg. Like an Easter egg. Gonna paint my egg. Ha! Leg. Of course. How did I miss that? Did you get leg? I did not get leg. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. Still I can't. Still I ain't complete. I know this one now. I ain't complete till I paint my feet. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. My goodness gracious. Have a look at this. There, that, if you remember, let's go back here. Let's look how that house looked from the beginning. Can we do that, please? Look at that. Look at that. And here we are. Oh my goodness. Such bright and beautiful colors, though. Now I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. Ain't gonna paint no more. But I'm such a nut, gonna paint my... What? Oh goodness. Mom came in. The dog. Oh, the dog knows he's in trouble. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Y'all don't faint 'cause there ain't no paint. So I ain't gonna paint no more. And the only reason he stopped painting was because he ran out of paint. Let's look at some of his beautiful abstract art. Ain't gonna paint no more, no more. Ain't gonna paint no more. I like these paintings on the back, and I ain't gonna paint no more. I ain't gonna paint no more, no more. I ain't gonna paint no more. Except I am because I can. I'm gonna paint some more. I'm gonna paint my beard. I'm gonna paint my nose. I'm gonna paint my hat. I'm gonna paint my toes. I'm gonna paint my knee. I'm gonna paint my thumb. I'm gonna paint my tongue until it's numb. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. That was a purely fun book, a purely fun song. And you can take that melody with you as I sing to you. I'm glad you came with... Wait, how do we want to sing that? What do you think? Glad that you were here today. I'm glad that you were here. I'm so glad that you were here. I'll see you tomorrow again, my friends.